Good morning, students. Today we are going to start the last topic in your chapter 3 Money and Credit, self help groups for the poor people. So, we are already discussed till now there are informal sources of credit and poor people are dependent on them because banks, they are not able to approach the banks, and even if they are able to approach, they are unable to take the loans because of the lack of proper documents and collateral. So they are taking loans from the money lenders, zamindars, traders. These are all the informal sources of credit. Now the borrowers, they are exploited here, they run into debts, and they have to serve these money lenders in order to repay them their loans, because money lender is also charging a very high rate of interest. So the poor people, they are exploited to a very large extent. Now this self-help group is this something which is recent, and this is an idea in which the people, especially also in the rural areas or the urban areas, specifically women, they are organized into small self-help groups. Now what is the main idea of these groups? They pool together some money, they collect the members, they collect the money, and it can be a very small amount. It can be rupees 100, it can be something more than that, and there are usually 20 members, 15 members, or more than that. They are living at the same area, same locality, same place, and they have formed a group to contribute money. It may be a small amount of 20 rupees, 30 rupees, whatsoever they are capable of. They just they collect the money, and the group use this money to meet the needs of different members of the group time to time. It depends on the requirement of the members. If there is a marriage, if there is a daughter's marriage of one member of the group, then the group will give the credit to that particular member. If someone is sick in the family of the member, then the loan is given to that particular member. It depends on the need of the members of these self-help groups. So if the group is regular, if you see these are women sitting here, they are a part of the self-help group, and it is a meeting in Gujarat these women are having. And like this, if the activity of such group is regular and they are paying the loan, they are eligible to take the loans from the bank. So bank also sanction the loans in the name of these self-help groups, and then that amount can be used to meet the needs of the members of the group. As given the examples, for buying seeds, for their for buying fertilizers, for buying raw materials, okay, and for releasing the mortgage land that they have to mortgage. So these are the purposes for which these ladies, they have formed the group. It may be buying some household materials, assets. These all needs are taken care with the help of forming such a group. Group members themselves take all the decisions about the savings of the group and the loans of the group. They grant the loans, and the interest which is charged is decided by them, and also the repayment time is also decided by the members of the group. The whole group is responsible for the repayment. If in case the member is not able to repay the loan, then the members of the group, they together, although it doesn't happen, but if it happens, if the one member is not repaying, the other members together repays the loan for the particular member, because they are so closely connected to each other. They know their problems, they know the reasons behind non-repayment, and that is why they are always with each other. And also bank is also willing to lend them, because they are very good at repayment of loans. These groups, self-help groups, almost 99% payback is there, repayment is there of the loan. Now this kind of group, it actually helps the people, poor people, and it also solves the problem of the guarantee or collateral. They can get the loan for different reasons and at a very reasonable rate of interest. So they are very important groups. It helps women to be financially self-reliant, and this provides them a platform also to discuss their social issues, also health, nutrition, and domestic violence as given in your books. So particularly this also comes to some students' mind, that why it is a women oriented group, basically because to this level of society, to this level of people, background of people, women considered to be more reliable as compared to men. Men are often engaged in drinking alcohol and smoking and putting their money on these things. So that's why the responsibility of children comes on women. So they are considered to be more reliable in such these especially very low strata of society we are talking about, and that's why they are the members of such groups. And now it is not only rural areas, this scheme has covered the urban areas, urban poor women also. So moving on to the Grameen Bank of Bangladesh, one of the biggest success stories. And if you see, credit needs are provided to the people at reasonable rate. It started with a small project in 1970, and Grameen Bank in 2018 has 9 million members in 81,600 villages spread across Bangladesh. We are talking about. Almost all the borrowers are women and belong to the poorest sections of the society. The borrowers have proved that not only are poor women reliable borrowers, but they can start and run a variety of small income generating activities successfully. That is a very good initiative. And if credit is made available to the poor people on terms and conditions that are appropriate and reasonable, these millions of small people with their millions of small pursuits can add up to create the biggest development wonder, which is given by Professor Muhammad Yunus, the founder of Grameen Bank, and he is a Nobel Prize winner for peace in 2006. So that's quite a commendable summing up of the chapter Money and Credit. So in this chapter, students, what we were able to talk about, we will talk about what is money, what are the forms of money, and how we talked about the banking system also. We talk about depositors, we talk about the bank activities, we talk about the borrowers who take loans from banks and different variety of credit sources, and we are able to have an insight into the formal and informal sources of credit also, why and how they are different, and what are the requirements to get the loans, and why rich people are getting loans from the formal sources, whereas poor are getting from the informal sources, and which is better also we are able to understand during this chapter. And also the poor people, they share a greater share of formal loans from banks and cooperatives through cooperative societies. So we talked about self-help groups in the end, how poor people can approach the altogether formal sources. So we are able to move towards a society. We want the people to take loans more from the formal sources of credit, and if this could happen, it will bring about the greater development of the country as a whole. So we have discussed this chapter, and now there are the questions at the back that we will be doing. Thank you, class.